One of the services we offer here at Bunker Hill Community College is the ePortfolio. Through Digication ePortfolios, students can create their own website. Students can use this site to showcase their projects and accomplishments, or to share and collaborate with classmates. To get started building your ePortfolio, head to the BHCC website at www.bhcc.edu. From the BHCC main page, you can find the link to the portfolio system at the very bottom of the page. Just scroll all the way down, and under Life Map, you can click on ePortfolios. That link will take you to the ePortfolio login page. Here you can log in with your full Bunker Hill email address and whatever password you use for that account. Now, if this is your first time logging into ePortfolios, you'll probably come to a Terms of Service page, but after you agree to those terms, you'll be dropped off here at your home page. The home page lists any portfolios you've previously created, as well as any courses it knows that you're part of. Now, if you're building this portfolio on your own, you can get right started by clicking the Create button on the right. But if you're using this as part of a course, you may have to find that course page first. So you'll definitely want to check with your professor to see if they're using a course in the Digication system. With that in mind, we'll come back to creating the actual portfolio in a minute, but for now, let's make sure we can find that course. In the middle of the page, you'll see an area labeled My Courses. Just hit that Find button on the right. If your class is using a Digication course, your professor will give you the name they use so you can find it easily. When I find the right course, I can just click the link and hit the Enroll button to join the course. So what this course actually does is it connects all the students in the class. So I'm going to click on this People tab over here on the right. And on this page, you can actually see all the other students in the class. This makes it easy for the professor to find their students' works, and it makes it easy for the students to collaborate and share their portfolios with each other. Now that we have our course, we can return to our home page by scrolling up and hitting this Home button at the very top left. And now back on our home page, you can see the course we've added down here, and we can get back to it just by clicking there. So with this done, we're ready to actually create our portfolio. So let's go ahead and hit that Create button. This is the portfolio creation page. Here you can adjust all your initial preferences for the portfolio. Now you can come back and change anything on this page later, so don't worry too much about the settings you're choosing now. Okay, so the first step is to give the portfolio a title. Since the portfolio is always going to represent you, using your name is usually a good place to start. You'll also notice that as you type in a title, it generates a web address for you right below. This is going to be the direct link to your portfolio. So if you ever want to share it with someone, say a school you're transferring to or a potential employer, all you need to do is give them this link. You can include it in your resume or just paste it into an email. You can also hit the Edit button just to the right if you want to customize that link or shorten it a bit. So moving down, templates are like a combination of visual themes and starting material. So some classes use templates with built-in assignments. So when you first create your portfolio, you'll have assignments listed right there on the page. For this tutorial, I'm just going to use the generic template, but this is essentially the same as starting from scratch. Now themes are where you can change more of the visual qualities of your portfolio. Right now, we're letting the generic template set our theme. But if I uncheck this box, I'll be able to customize the theme. Here you can change things like the header image, which is the banner at the top of the page, or the background color. Or if you have web design experience, you can even change the CSS code directly. But since I can always come back and change this later, for now, I'm just going to use the templates theme. The next area down is permissions. This is where you can control who can see your portfolio. There are three basic settings: private, private within Bunker Hill, and public. Remember that if you want to share the portfolio with anyone outside the school, it's going to have to be a public portfolio. But you don't have to make it public right now. You can also just leave it as private until you feel like it's done, and then come back here later and set it to public. You also have the ability to get more specific with the permissions by clicking this Custom Permissions button on the right. Here I can type in the name of any Digication user and add them as a viewer to my portfolio. You You can also change their role to give people more permission to edit or publish your portfolio. Finally, you can also give your class permission to see your portfolio. Just type in the name of your course and select it from the list. Now this is important because if you don't give your class permission to see the portfolio, then your professor may not be able to see your portfolio, and that is often a problem. Okay, so tagging. Tagging works a lot like hashtags in Twitter. It lets you set keywords or search terms for your portfolio to make it easier for people to find. And like a YouTube video or a blog, you can also have comments at the bottom of the page. Again, you can set this any way you like. And the last item is conversations. This works a lot like comments, but it allows people to comment on individual parts of your page. For example, leaving a note next to a photo to say, hey, that's a great shot. Where'd you take it? So that kind of thing. And that's it. Now we're ready to hit that create button at the bottom of the page and actually start this portfolio. So this is a basic blank portfolio we see here. And the first thing I want to point out are these tabs at the top. These view tabs control how you look at your portfolio. In the edit view, you can make changes. Preview gives you a cleaner look at your portfolio without all the buttons and tools down below. And Publish shows you what you're actually sharing with the world. We'll take another look at these later once we have a little more content on the page. And over on this side, we have the portfolio tools. By clicking Settings, you can go back to that last page we were on, and there you can go back and change the title or backgrounds or permissions. If your class is using the assignment submission tool, this Submit button lets you turn in pages of your portfolio as an assignment. The Download button lets you save a copy of your whole portfolio in case you ever want to move it to a new web host or just save a hard copy. And the Make a Copy button is useful if you ever want to keep two slightly different versions of your portfolio. So you can start by just copying your first one. And Organize will let you move things from one portfolio to another. All right, so down below, there are three main parts to a portfolio. There's sections. These are the main headings for your portfolio. You can use these to separate different areas or topics, like courses. Pages. These are subtopics. Often students use these for individual assignments within a course. And modules. This is where all the actual content for the portfolio goes. All the pictures, essays, videos, anything like that. So the first thing we're going to do is create a section for this class. So I'm going to click the Add Edit button next to Sections, and then hit the Add Section button on the right. You can generally organize your portfolio any way you want, but for now, I'm just going to name this section for my class. Then just hit Save. So pages work much the same way. I'll just click Add Edit down here, and then Add Page, and then I'll put my first assignment in as its name. I'll hit Save, and I'll just add 2 more pages for my other assignments. Okay, so that's sections and pages. But really, that was all just organization for the portfolio. All the real content goes into modules in the middle. There are 5 different kinds of modules you can add here. Image, video, audio, which just fills the area with one big picture or video. Rich text. This module is a lot like a Word document. You can write text in there, you can change fonts and sizes. You can also add in pictures and videos between the text. Really, you can do most of what you need to in a rich text module. But you also have galleries, which will let you add a whole bunch of pictures to the page so people can just click through them. Contact forms let viewers send you a message right from the portfolio. And equations let you actually write out mathematical equations with all the symbols and characters you need for that. For now, we're just going to click up here on Rich Text, and then click Add this module. So here you have a simple editor to add text to the page. You can also copy and paste text from Word or any other program. When you're finished, make sure to hit Save either up above or down below. Both buttons will work. After you save, you'll notice the green bar flashes. It says, this module was last edited, and gives you a time. What that really means is last saved. That's your confirmation that the save actually worked. You may also notice the red warning banner right above that says draft. You have unpublished changes. Well, after you've saved, if you're ready for people to see your edits, you still need to publish that. So let's hit the Publish button here, and then hit Publish Changes to confirm. So now I've published my page, but I can still make changes. So I'll just click the Edit button again, and I can add another sentence. And I'll hit Save. So now at this point, let's revisit those global tabs up top, the View tabs. If we click Preview, we can get that clean view of our portfolio without all the buttons and tools. We do still see the draft warning, but don't worry, no one else is going to see that. But under the Publish tab, you'll notice that our second sentence is missing. That's because we saved after writing it. We didn't publish again. So this view displays whatever was on your page the last time you published. And that's important to understand because this is what everyone visiting your page is going to see. So let's just go back to edit mode. And I'll go down and click Publish and Publish Changes. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is how to add pictures to your portfolio. There are a couple different ways to do it. For instance, you could add a picture right into your rich text module. You just click Edit on the module, and then in the toolbar, in the top row here, you'll find a button called Insert Media. So you certainly could add pictures that way, but what I'm going to show you is how to add an image, video, audio module. So over here on the right, you'll find this green plus button. This is the Add a Module button. So if you click that, it will give you this drop-down menu asking what kind of module to use. We'll choose the first one on the list, Image, Video, Audio. And then we'll click the button below it to add this module. What this will do is give you a big placeholder image. And now this is just an example showing you where the picture is going to go on the page. So the next thing to do is click the button up here, Replace this media. And then click Browse and select any picture on your computer, just like attaching a file to an email. Finally, just scroll down and hit Done. Now that we've added our picture, we can see right away from the draft warning that we also need to publish. And here I want to point out that if you have more than one module, then all your modules need to be published individually. Now there is one shortcut. So instead of using all those publish tabs, you can click the checkmark button over here on the right. This is the Publish All button. Just click that and then Publish All Changes to confirm. This will publish every module on the page. So that's how you add images, but you may also want to use other kinds of media in your portfolio, like videos or PowerPoint presentations. The good news is that it all works mostly the same way. If I want to add a video, for instance, I can use that same method. I'll create a new module and choose Image, Video, Audio, and click Add this module. Then hit Replace this media. So now I need to find my video. If this is a video I recorded myself and I already have it on the computer, I can just hit the Browse button and upload it. But if this is a video from a website like YouTube, I'll need to click this tab up at the top labeled Media from Web. This window lists all the different sources you can embed content from. All you need to do is find the embed code for that video you want and paste it right in here. So I'll demonstrate this with YouTube. In another browser window, find the video you want to add to your page. Once you have it, there are two ways you can get the embed code. The first is simple. Just right-click the video, and one of your options should be Copy Embed Code. If that doesn't work, though, you can also find the embed code by clicking the Share button down below the video. And then, click the Embed button. That highlighted line of text is exactly what we're looking for. Just copy that. Now back in our ePortfolio, we can paste that text right into this box and hit the Done button at the bottom of the page. The last thing I want to demonstrate is how to add a presentation to your portfolio. Now the easiest way to do this is to first save your presentation as a PDF. Whether your presentation was created with PowerPoint, Google Slides, or Keynote, they all have the option to save your project as a PDF. So once you have your PDF, the ePortfolio can insert it just like an image. So this time, let's use a rich text module. So we'll just scroll down to our module and click the Edit button to make changes. Now put the cursor wherever you want the presentation to go, and we'll click on the Insert Media button up above on the toolbar. Now we'll hit Browse. We'll select our PDF file. And finally, we'll scroll down and click Insert. Now after you've inserted it, don't forget to save your module. When the PDF is added, it will appear as this yellow box while you're in edit mode. But if I click on the View Text button here, I'll be able to actually see the whole presentation as it will appear on my page. And as always, don't forget to hit Save, and then that checkmark button to publish all changes. And that's it. At this point, you know everything you need to start building your own ePortfolio. If you ever have any other questions about how to use the ePortfolio, please feel free to stop by the TLITC in room E230 in the Charlestown campus.